Everybody, Numb Thumb here at Warhard Arts. You might be wondering, how do we power everything correctly in this home studio? It's a lot of gear to plug in. We want to get power to everything. Well, obviously, you just plug it into the power. No, it's not that simple because you end up with a hum coming from different components. So I'm going to show you how I route the mains power to all this studio stuff all over the place. I know you can barely see it. I apologize. I don't feel like pulling everything out. I got a uninterruptible power supply, UPS power supply back there. I think it's a ADC. I don't know, something like that. That's my start. That's coming out of one single wall outlet, and everything in my studio is coming out of this larger power bank here. And if the power goes out, it'll give me a few minutes of battery backup to shut off my recorder or whatever. Let's see. That's the front end of it down there. From that, I have many of these. Triplite isobars. I have a couple other power strips too. This one's filthy. I pulled it out of storage. I gotta clean it up. It's nasty, but they're built in, basic, some degree of filtering. I don't really know all the math on these ones, but it's better than just your average surge protector. And it's got some handy dandy lights to let you know you're grounded. And I've checked all the outlets. Most of the outlets in the house I've checked, and we're all grounded, so that's good. So for example, I gotta tidy this up, I know. I have some more hooks. Audio goes up about 1.5 feet off the floor, and power lays on the floor. So I got several power lines coming in here. Those are all coming from that uninterruptible power supply. And it goes into the mess. First stop is one of these isobars here. From that isobar, most of my gear's running, and then I have another power strip over here for some more because I have more. But that's directly tied to this one, going back to that power supply way back there. Wall warts. You don't want your AC adapter wall warts right next to all these things in the same box. So I run yet another one. See that yellow one? The yellow one comes to this power strip, which I'm going to replace this with one of my isobars still. But that's just for AC adapters, wall warts. I got a couple more down there. They can produce a hum to the adjacent equipment plugged into it sometimes. And so most of this is rigged to this single switch. I hit that switch and everything boots up in my rack. Stay out of my rack. The console has its own power supply. Well, the switch is down there where I get it. And then that goes back again to the uninterruptible power supply. That's the center star. Comes to the console. And then also from that power supply, yet another power comes to this little guy, this little small strip. This is not for the console, it's right behind the console. This runs my recorders, Tascam recorders. So again, everything is grounded to that uninterruptible power supply back there. And another one comes to the home stereo. All the hi-fi is also plugged into that same uninterruptible power supply, which is rated at well above the amperage that I'm pulling with everything turned on. The only thing that's not going into that is sometimes I plug my guitar amp into this outlet. If I'm like micing up or jamming separate and I'm not tying in any of that, I'll just go ahead and, because it's convenient, got an outlet right there. Got another outlet over here with a power strip down here. I got like some other peripheral stuff here, but I'm not really using it. But if I was going to tie it all into the system, say I get a nice keyboard actually and use this as a keyboard stand, I will probably power it from the power supply behind that speaker. Everything's starred from that, and I get, so far, no ground loop hum issues at all. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to happen because I haven't tried every possible configuration of my gear. But some things will give you a ground loop switch. I haven't had to flip any of those, but actually a lot of my gear does not have that option. Some DI boxes will, and some other outboard stuff will, but not standardly. And I don't feel like modifying cables. I don't need to. I have no hum, and I'm really happy about it. So yeah, if you want to route your power, do it as from a star, from a single mains power strip, something conditioning if you can. A UPS would be great. That's what I do. And then I run it into some further filtered trip lights, all stemming from that one central hub. And I have no big issues. Now if I wanted to plug something from here into here, coming from there, and then back into that for playback on my speakers, my big speakers, I might encounter a hum, but I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to try that sometime, but it seems like a waste of time. I'm doing good. This is Numb Thumb at Warheart Arts. Route your power safely. What I've not yet done is put my monitors on a single switch. I actually walk around and hit my monitors on and flip them off every time, which is bad because it's going to burn out the switch or break the switch mechanism. So I need to, they are on a box, but it's way down there. It's inconvenient. I need to move it up and take everything else off it so I can just hit one switch, turn on my monitors. Because I don't always use them. If I need to turn on the rack, I hit one button. So I'm going to get it so that I can hit one button and the monitors will come on. That's an obvious thing I need to do. Another point, lamps, lights. This light so I can see what I'm doing on the front. This light's back here so I can see what I'm doing on the back. Those are on a different outlet. Those are coming from this outlet, and they're just lights. I think this outlet down here is the same circuit though as my UPS, which powers the whole studio. I have not had any noise from the lights, but it's possible. If you got weird wiring in your house, a lamp can be an antenna. But I don't have that problem here so far, so yay.